everybody. So my name's Karen, and I'm going to be doing some tarot card readings for you guys. So before we start, just to give some people some time to log on, before I do my tarot card readings, I always like to tune in. So I'm just going to do a little chanting of Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. So anyone watching, if you want to tune in with me, it'll really help to also integrate you. If you're on, then this reading is definitely for you. So if you're watching, please join me in a short chant of 3 Ong Namo Guru Dev Namos. Rub your hands together and start getting some heat. And then just press them at the center of your chest and close your eyes and focus in at the third eye point. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Alright, thank you all for joining me. I'm just gonna light a little Palo Santo to help set the mood so I can really get in tune with my intuition as I start to pull some of these tarot cards for you. And for everyone that's watching, whether you're watching this currently or whether you're tuning in a little bit later, if you're here, then this tarot card reading is going to be for you. If you're here live, or even if you're not, if you're watching it later, if you want to just kind of focus and think about something that you want some guidance on, then that will come through in the cards for me. Okay, so I'm going to be using a non-traditional deck. This is by Broken Isn't Bad, is an artist. You can follow on Instagram, broken_isn't bad. That is the tarot deck that I'm going to be using. And so the first card I'm going to pull, I'm just going to pull for the collective. So I want to know just currently, what is the energy of the collective consciousness? We're all so connected now, more than ever, as we're all focusing inward and being forced due to circumstances to spend a lot more time in isolation, which is a really beautiful time to go inward and really be with ourselves. And by being with ourselves, we actually are able to connect more with the collective. Wow. Okay, so this card just popped out. It's definitely how the collective is feeling. I got the Page of Wands. So I'm going to show it. I have multiple streams going. This is the Page of Wands. And as you can see on the card, I mean, as I was talking about, we're really talking about focusing and going inward. This is something that everybody is going through right now, is really, it doesn't look very comfortable, the position that she's in. She's really having to go within herself, and it can be really scary. It can feel kind of dark sometimes to be in this really like a child, going back to this fetal position. But at the same time, as you can see, because she's doing this beautiful tree is getting to grow out from her back and sprout. And so new life is appearing as she is going inward with herself and kind of returning to this childlike state. So this is something that we're all kind of feeling right now, is just this energy of kind of being forced to return to basics, kind of back to square one. And the wands are all about like our passion and kind of like a lot to do with career, and also just things that we find a lot of gratification in. So it's a time for us to like look inside of ourselves and try to figure out what within ourselves brings us our own source. Like, what can we find within ourselves to grow our own sustenance, to grow our own to find that life within ourselves rather than seeking outwards. It's really about going inwards to cultivate this passion rather than seeking from external sources. So this is a really good message for what we're all going through currently, because again, it really is this time for us to find out what within ourselves can like bring us joy, can bring us happiness. So thank you. I hope that resonated with some of you. What I'm gonna do now is, so that was a card for just like the collective, that was for everyone. Now I'm gonna pull some cards that are a little more specific to the people that are tuning in now. So I'm gonna pull 3 cards. So if you're listening right now, I want you to just listen to your intuition, and whichever number comes to you first, 1, 2, or 3, you can just post that number into the chat, or just say it to yourself. Just post number 1, 2, 3, and whatever number comes to you, don't think about it, just whatever number comes to you, that's going to be the card that's for you. So I'm going to pull 3 cards in a row, and I'm actually going to switch decks. I'm going to use a different deck. This is the Prisma Vision Tarot deck. This is another tarot deck that I like to use. It's another non-traditional deck. So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards from this. So again, just think of the number 1, 2, or 3, and if you want to just post it in the chat which number is calling to you, and then that's going to be the number for you. So what is the message for all listening who are feeling drawn to the resonance of the number 1 currently? What is their card? What is the message that they need to hear? 10 of Chalices. Beautiful. So the 10 of Chalices, in this deck, it's called Chalices. Traditionally, it's the 10 of Cups. If you're familiar with the more traditional tarot deck, this would be the 10 of Cups. And this is actually all about relationship. And it's interesting, in contrast to the one that I just pulled, which was, going inward and being with yourself, it's also very important to find that balance of finding time to be with others. And this doesn't necessarily mean physically being with others. Also, it just means, really like sharing your emotions with other people. The chalices or the cups are all about emotions and emotional balance. And the 10 of Chalices in particular is really about finding that emotional balance through communication with others. So if you were resonating with the 1, this might just be a sign to like reach out to a friend. Even just being on here is a really beautiful way to make that connection. But any other way that you can reach out to a friend and just kind of express your emotions, whatever's coming through for you, just send a text to someone, tell them how you're feeling, have a phone call, make a FaceTime. It's really going to help you, even if you maybe aren't necessarily realizing that you're holding on to emotions, or you don't realize that your emotions are affecting you. Sometimes when you have that relay with another person and you start to express yourself, things start to come through for you that you didn't even realize, like, oh wow, I'm actually feeling so many more things than I thought. Or you may also invite somebody else to then share something that's really going to like resonate with them, and it's going to pull something else out. So just this 10 of Cups is really all about that relay and that relay of emotions. Okay, so So I see someone on the chat is asking, how do I request a reading? What I'm doing right now is I'm just reading for the collective. So pick a number between 1, 2, and 3. I just pulled the number 1. I'm gonna pull 2 and 3. And then if we have some time at the end, titles are lame, I would be very happy to pull one specifically for you since you asked, and I will pull as many individual cards as I can. But first I'm gonna pull for all of those. I saw lots of 2s coming up, so I feel the 2 resonance is pretty strong. So let's see what's coming up for you guys. For all of those that are really resonating with the frequency of the number 2 right now, what is the message that they most need to hear? More chalices, more cups. So definitely a lot of us are feeling into our emotions right now. It can be a very emotional time. And this is the Queen of Chalices, or more traditionally, the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is really, she's at a stage where she's really starting to find that balance and control of her emotions. And it's not just controlling your emotions in the sense that you are trying to push your emotions away or you're trying to suppress your emotions, but it's allowing your emotions to come up and sort of riding the wave with them and not feeling completely overwhelmed with what's coming up for you. Being aware that, you know, emotions are like a moving tidal wave, and sometimes they're going to knock you off your feet and sometimes they're going to leave you a little bit unbalanced, but having this inner knowing within yourself that they're all there for a reason, they're all there to help you grow, they're all there to help you cleanse, and just understanding that all of these emotions that you're having, whether they make you feel in the moment unstable or not, you can always come back to this place of solidarity. So you'll see, I'm going to try to show this close so everyone can see. This queen is holding this cup in her hand, and she's completely poised and balanced, even with all of kind of like the crazy turmoil that's going on. So the water around her really represents that, like that tide and that wave of emotions, and you know, it can be really easy to get caught in that, but she's firm and she's holding the cup. She's not allowing everything to spill over. So the message for those of you that are really resonating with the 2 is really just to embody that. You know, you may already be feeling this in a certain sense, but I'm getting this strong feeling that the reason this is coming up is more so that these people that are really feeling into the 2 is it's more of a call for you to try to embody more of this. When you're in that moment and you can feel that wave coming, like call in that Queen of Cups energy, and remember that you can hold strong. Like it's just like a tidal wave, it's an ebb and a flow. And right now when you might be in that ebb where you're feeling like you don't have that structure, you don't have that certainty, come back to this and realize that like you do have that. You can stay strong in your emotions, and the emotion will pass and you'll come through it and you'll feel cleaner and better for it. So I hope that resonates for all of you that pulled the 2. I'm going to move on to the number 3 now. Thank you everyone for all the love. I really appreciate it. I love seeing you all on here. Super cool. Let's see. I'm going to pull for the number 3 now. Okay. What is the message for those who are really resonating currently with the number 3 frequency? What is the message that they most need to hear? Wow, another chalice. Okay, another cups card. So chalice in this deck, cups traditionally. This is the 3 of chalices, or the 3 of cups. So again, we're feeling very emotional, which I'm not surprised to hear. It is a very, very emotional time. And this one, I really love this one. This is like such a fun reminder that it's kind of similar to the Queen of Cups, in that it's learning to flow with your emotions, but even more so, this one is about like allowing yourself to have fun. Like when I pull the 3 of Cups, to me, it's a reminder to like, okay, if you're feeling like you're getting super stuck in your emotions and you're feeling stagnant, or you're feeling like you just don't know what to do, you're like, what do I do with it? Like, what do I do with myself? just get up and do something different. Like, get up and move. Like, look at these girls. They're just like, they're dancing through life. They're happy to be alive. They're happy to be here. Like, they're in the flow of their own emotions. They're enjoying themselves. They're diving into those joyful, fun, playful emotions. And so yeah, this is just for you guys that pulled the 3. I think this is just like a reminder, literally, just like get up and move. I know there's been a really fun challenge going around that I took part in, which was the movement challenge, where people are challenging themselves to get up and dance on Instagram. Like, that's a perfect example of something. Like, if you're feeling stuck, I know, like, we all have our tools, we all have our different things that we do. Maybe you like to meditate, maybe you like to, like, you know, like I said earlier, reaching out to a friend. But this is really a reminder that sometimes you just need to have fun. Like, do something silly, do something to just change your energy up. Just get up and dance. That's my message for you all. Just get up and dance. All right, wow. So I'm just going to show all 3 cards really quick, just for those of you who are just tuning in. So I pulled, this is 1, 2, 3. I pulled 3 cup cards, so 3 chalices, the 10, the Queen, and the 3 of Cups. And those are my interpretations of it. I would like to say if you guys, whatever card that called to you, if you want to, after this, just Google the card and look up what things that it says on the internet, because sometimes there's other things that might resonate with you. So if that was your card, there might be more for you if you want to dive a little bit deeper. So I just recommend just Googling the card. And like I said, traditionally they're called the cups. So you would just search the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, whichever one that it was, and you'll get a little bit more information about that. Okay. I'm just going to read some of the comments. Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you, Angela. I'm so glad that this resonated with you. Just came in at 3 and that's my life path, says James. That's so awesome. Okay, I'm so glad. I hope that resonated with you. Okay, I know that Titles Are Lame asked for a personal reading. So Titles Are Lame, if you're still on, I would love if you could just tell me your name. That would really help me to tune into you. Or if anyone else would like a personal card pulled for them, if you could just give me your name, I will pull a card for as many people as I can. Okay. All right, there we go. I got Miriam is asking for a card. Okay, and I got another one for Ashley. Okay, I'm going to start with those 2. Okay, I'm feeling like... Okay, I think for Miriam, I'm going to stick with this deck for Prisma, and then Ashley, I'm going to pull you one for my Broken Isn't Bad deck. Okay, so this is for Miriam on Instagram. What is coming up in Miriam's life that can provide her with some guidance that's going to help her through this current stage in her evolution? Wow, cups are coming in strong. I got another cup for you, Miriam. This one is the 6 of Chalices, the 6 of Cups. This is a really, really beautiful card. This card is all about cleansing. It's all about like self-cleansing. You can see she's essentially taking a bath in a stream, and she's got lotus flowers all around her. So this is really kind of a call for self-care, just a call to, not like different than the Queen of Cups and the 3 of Cups, where it's really about kind of like leaning into those emotions and getting really into your emotions and trying to control them and all of that. Like, this isn't really about that. This is kind of just sitting with yourself and taking care of yourself, like doing those things that you enjoy, like literally taking a bath. Like, just do something really cleansing for yourself. Drink good foods, like stay hydrated, drink some juices, like just do things that make your body feel really good and nourished, so that you are prepared for whatever's gonna come up for you next, so that you're really like setting the stage and setting yourself up to just feel really good in life in general. Okay, Miriam, I hope that resonated with you. I'm gonna pull a card for Ashley now. And Ashley, I'm feeling like I'm gonna pull from my Broken Isn't Bad deck. Again, this is an independent artist. If you guys like this deck, go follow her. It's broken_isn't_bad on Instagram. This one is gonna be for Ashley on Instagram. What is a card for Ashley? Ooh. Okay, this one came out pretty strong. Four of Swords. I'm not surprised, but I'm getting so many cards that are about going inward. It makes sense for what we're going through, but this is the Four of Swords. And swords are a little bit less like the cups, because these are more about intellect. So for you, Ashley, what I'm getting is I feel that you may be getting really stuck in your mind rather than getting stuck in your emotions. You're kind of you might be like playing out scenarios in your mind and imagining like all of these things that are coming through that might never happen. All of these fears, like you're just imagining things in your mind, and you're kind of like allowing yourself to run with it. And so the Four of Swords is really calling you to, instead of telling those stories and letting yourself run, really just coming back to like where you are in the present moment and not allowing that ego to overtake you and really take you down these paths. Because one of my favorite quotes is, most of the fears that we imagine are never truly realized. And I think now more than ever, this is super poignant. And I mean, I pulled this card specifically for Ashley on Instagram, but I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to this. Is, a lot of times, especially in times of uncertainty like this, we can really get into our mind and it just starts playing out all of these scenarios, and all of a sudden we're thinking 5 years down the line about what's going to happen. And so many things change every single day that you could have no idea what's going to happen in the next 2 hours. So really just allowing yourself to come back to the now, come back to the present. Like, she's just chilling with her feet up. She's got her hands, she's got her feet up on the glass. She's just relaxing. And so you can still be in your mind, and you can still you can still be in your mind, but instead of living in that fear, and thank you, Ashley, for sharing. Fear stands for false environment appearing real. I really like that. So rather than allowing yourself to fall into that fear of that false environment appearing real and falling into that, again, like these fears that are never going to be realized, is just bring yourself back to the now and focus on the things that you're grateful for, focus on the things that you like, and getting into your body. If you're really having a hard time getting out of your head, a really great activity is to just get into your body. And you can do this through doing things that are really grounding, like drinking hot tea or taking a bath, or you can also do this through like getting active, like doing some sort of yoga, or again, getting up and dancing, or just talking to a friend. If you need to get out of your head, sometimes it can help to just talk to somebody else and kind of get into somebody else's head for a bit. Okay, let's see. I think I can pull a few more cards. So I saw somebody ask, how do we get a card for you? And I'd love to keep pulling for anyone, but if you feel like you'd really like a card pulled, if you can just respond in one of the Instagrams or on the live chat and just give me your name, then I will pull a card for you. Okay, I see James is asking for a name. Thank you, James. I know you've been logged on for a lot of this, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you, James. I'm going to go back to my Prisma Visions deck. And although I just want to reiterate, although I am pulling cards for specific people at this time, if you are on at this time and you're hearing these messages, every message is also for you. We are all one. We're all from the same collective consciousness. So I'm focusing in on James's energy, and I'm gonna pull a card specific to him. But if you're listening to this live, if you're listening to this after the fact, all of these readings and all of these messages truly are for you, because we are all one and we all are animated from the same source consciousness. So, okay. I got one for James that popped out, but I feel like there's another one in here for you, James. So what is the message that, what is some information that is going to help James at this time? What is something that is going to help him that he really needs to hear in this moment? Okay, I like this. I know why I had to pull 2. Okay, so I pulled 2 for James. The first one that popped out right away was the King of Pentacles. And then the one that I pulled for him afterwards is the 3 of Wands reversed. So I'll show him up here too. So I got the 10 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands reversed. Okay, so the Pentacles suit is a lot about the material world and material possessions. And the King of Pentacles can be a little like what I'm really getting super strongly is like kind of this grasping on to material world, material wealth, like maybe like a feeling of scarcity is happening. Like it can be a really positive card, like it can be encouraging you, like, hey, go, like grab life by the horns, like just go for it. But I don't know, the energy that I'm getting with this card and like how it popped out, it feels a little bit more frantic than that. Like maybe this used to be your energy and this used to be the way that you were approaching the world. James is like, you're kind of a go-getter and you're like grabbing life by the horns, and that's the way that you're used to showing up in the world. And the feeling I'm getting is kind of like, now like this is kind of turned into this like grasping scarcity, fear mentality. And so this way of showing up in the world that has worked for you for a long time is kind of not working right now, and it's making you feel kind of unstable, and you're not really sure how to act and how to respond, because this has been working for you for a long time. So that's why I'm not surprised that I then pulled the 3 of Wands reversed, because the 3 of Wands is really a call to like focus on what you have now. It's like it's all about meditation and kind of like just like it's like being very patient and planting the seeds and knowing that you don't have to get it all done right now. You can work and plant some seeds and get some things done, and you're laying the foundation. Hi, maybe got a little visitor. You're laying the foundation to then in the future have all of these seeds planted and be able to harvest. And so it's really it's a complete shift in energy. So going from this this like go-getter, like I'm just gonna go grab life by the horns, to like, okay, I need to slow down, I need to take my time, be patient, know that the things that I do today are going to inform tomorrow, know that it's going to take time, know that I'm not going to see immediate results. And so the reason that it's reversed is I'm feeling that you're still having resistance to this mentality. But the beautiful thing with tarot is, tarot isn't destiny, it's just tapping into the energy that you're at in this moment. So you have every opportunity, especially now that you're listening to this, to flip this upside down and choose to embody this instead, this 3 of Wands mentality of just, again, like being focused, being patient, and planting those seeds for yourself. Okay, all right, you guys, thank you all for tuning in with me. I really, really enjoy doing these with you guys. I hope that you guys got a lot out of it. I'm going to be doing this every week. I'm going to be live streaming on We Are Optimistic. We are launching our Patreon. So if you really enjoyed this and you want to see more workshops like this, then go to optimistic.tv/Patreon and learn a little bit more about our Patreon group. And keep an eye on the We Are Optimistic Facebook page and the We Are Optimistic Instagram page, because we are going to be doing 2 workshops a day, every day of the week, so 7 days a week. So we have 14 different workshops. This morning, if you guys tuned in, we had breath work with Everett. Then we have so many more things coming up. We have like Akashic Records readings, we have vocal activations, we're gonna have yoga classes. There's so many different offerings, and I'm gonna be coming on here again and doing more tarot card readings. And I really look forward to working with you guys more. So again, if you like this, please go follow the We Are Optimistic pages and check out optimistic.tv/Patreon because that's where you're going to be getting the most content. So thank you all, and oh, thank you, James. I see that you said that was so resonant. Thank you. I really appreciate it.